Desiree Zaria Fisher. This is the story of Desiree Zaria Fisher. She was a 24-year-old woman from Newark, New Jersey, with a big heart and big dreams. Desiree was working hard to become a detective. She studied criminal justice, taking online classes at Prairie View A&M University, while caring deeply for her family and friends. But on August 4, 2023, her promising future was cut short. Her body was found abandoned in a field on San Antonio's southeast side, her life taken by a violent act. This story is about who she was, the tragic events surrounding her death, and the search for justice. Desiree was born on November 28, 1968, in Newark, New Jersey, but later moved to Plainfield. Those close to her remember her as warm and giving, always quick to help others. She had a kind spirit and a great sense of humor. Desiree's family described her as loving, funny, and deeply caring. She often put others first, even using her own money to help those in need. Desiree was also a dedicated daughter, sister, and aunt, bringing joy to her family. She dreamed of working in law enforcement to make her community safer. Her kindness and ambition made her a light in the lives of those around her. Desiree had been in a relationship with a young man named Calaseo Merci Brown, who was 20 years old. The relationship, though close, had its struggles. Desiree and Brown were often seen together, usually driving her red Mercedes-Benz. However, things between them grew increasingly tense. On August 4, 2023, tragedy struck. That afternoon, around 4:30 p.m., a passerby noticed a body lying on the side of South Cross Ranch Road near Side Saddle Drive in San Antonio. The San Antonio Police Department arrived on the scene, where they found the body of a young woman. She had been shot several times, and shell casings lay nearby. The police soon identified her as Desiree Fisher. Her family was devastated. Police immediately suspected foul play. The Bexar County medical examiner confirmed that Desiree had died from gunshot wounds. Investigators quickly gathered evidence, finding surveillance footage from a nearby gas station that showed Desiree's boyfriend, Calaseo Brown, in the area on the night of her death. Witnesses had also seen Desiree's red Mercedes-Benz parked near the scene. These details pointed to Brown's involvement. Desiree's car held clues. GPS tracking data showed that her car had been at the scene around midnight on August 4th. Later that day, Brown reportedly tried to sell the car, which only added to the suspicion against him. Witnesses said they had seen Brown and Desiree together the day before she was killed. According to one witness, Brown had said, "I'm finna kill this BA," before he and Desiree left together in her car. The investigation took a dark turn when police looked into social media messages. They found posts linking Brown to the crime. Posts from Brown and two other young men, 17-year-old Zephaniah Cleaver and 18-year-old Demarcus Whitley, pointed to a plan. One post claimed, "KO set it up," referring to Brown. Another claimed, "Devo pulled the trigger," referring to Whitley. "Zeph was there," read a third, implying Cleaver's involvement. The chilling post led police to suspect that Brown had not acted alone. Witnesses later reported seeing two cars near the scene, including a black Kia Forte, which they believed Cleaver had been driving. According to statements, Whitley was seated behind Desiree when he fired the first shots, causing her to fall. Then, he allegedly fired more shots, ending her life. The police also recovered messages from the suspect's social media accounts that further implicated all three men. As police gathered more evidence, they made their move. On October 3rd, Brown was arrested and charged with Desiree's murder. His bond was set at $200,000. Yet, the investigation was far from over. On October 31st, U.S. Marshals arrested Cleaver and Whitley in Harris County. They too were charged with murder and were transferred to the Bexar County Jail. Desiree's family is left with deep sorrow and many questions. Her sister spoke of the family's heartbreak and the pain that Desiree's absence brings to their lives. Her mother shared memories of Desiree's loving nature and announced a $10,000 reward for any information that could bring her daughter's killers to justice. A GoFundMe campaign was created to help the family cover funeral expenses and seek further investigation. In the campaign, the family expressed their heartbreak over losing a young woman with so much promise. They remember Desiree as someone who was always giving back, whether it was feeding the homeless or caring for friends and family. Losing her has left a void that can never be filled. The case against Brown, Cleaver, and Whitley is still open. On November 3rd, Brown's bond hearing was scheduled, and court proceedings are continuing. Police have not confirmed the motive, though they suspect the crime may be tied to Desiree's red Mercedes, which Brown tried to sell shortly after her murder. Desiree's family, friends, and the entire community await justice for her tragic death.